This is your fairy rock mother speaking, Kiki Plesha, editor-in-chief of Ion Indie Magazine. We are a coalition of musicians, journalists, photographers, and industry professionals that have joined forces with one goal in mind, to get all genres of indie music read about and heard. To learn more about our publication, visit our website at www.ionindiemagazine.com. And while you are at it, stop by our Facebook page and show us some love. Ion Indie Magazine, the initiative for indie music worldwide.
Are you ready for the shotgun? Welcome to Shotgun Radio, a metal hard rock show to present one band at a time. I'm Gage Cifuentes. Welcome to the party. Today on our show, we have Brendan Small, a guy whose roots go all the way down to metal, rock, and even comedy. This guy is awesome. If you do not know who he is, I can promise you, you will be so glad you listened to today's show. Not only because of his tunes, but because of who he is, and you will love it. Trust me, if you're a metalhead, you will love it. All right, so today we're going to be playing off of his own album, his personal album, Brendan Small's Galacticon, and we're going to hit right into it. This first song is called Triton. Nice stuff, man. I love it. The tunes are really reminiscent, at least to me anyway, of like Judas Priest meets Flash. Dude, I love it. It's the Queen thing going on, and yeah, that's good stuff, man. I love it. So let's get to know Brendan Small. He's an actor, he's a writer, he's a comedian, and he's a musician. The reason why I have him on the show today isn't just because of this album, but it's also because of his roots. And I gotta tell you, most of his stuff is actually in regards to comedy. He does a lot of stuff for Adult Swim, but more specifically, he made Death Clock. Yes, this guy is the one who writes the music, and he's involved in the recording. And dude, he's also one of the creators of the show Death Clock. He also, whenever they tour, he is one of the members who performs with them. And dude, if you know anything about Death Clock, you know metal. You know metal! It's fantastic. The TV show is hilarious, not to mention the music is wicked. But like I said, a lot of his roots are in comedy, so this is kind of how it went down. Small wrote all the music for the show Home Movies and released all the songs he had written for the show on the Home Movies bonus CD. The CD was included with the purchase of Season 4 DVD box set. With his new series, Metalocalypse, which is where, of course, Death Clock comes from, Small continued to write all of the music for the show. And in September of '07, he completed the Death Clock album called The Death Album. And dude, it's a melodic death metal album, and if you know anything about it, you love it. It's hilarious, and it's metal, and it's beautiful. The album ended up debuting at number 21 on the Billboard 200, making it the highest-rated death metal album on the Billboard at the time, which just proves metalheads have a great sense of humor. In November '07, Small and the other guys performed live as Death Clock at 12 U.S. college campuses in support of the album The Death Album. The Adult Swim-sponsored Death Tour featured Death Clock supporting indie rock band, and You Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead. The foursome reunited in 2008 to headline a longer Death Tour, where they toured the U.S. in June and early July with fellow metal bands Chimera and Soylent Green. During the tour, they released the And You Will Know Us by the Trail of Dead Death Clock split EP for free at the concerts. The second Death Clock album, Death Album 2, was released on September 29th, '09, and Death Album 2 reached number 15 on the Billboard 200, making it the highest charting death album in history. Dude, how insane is that? Seriously, that's insanely awesome. A tour in support of the new album began in late 2009, where Death Clock co-headlined with the band Mastodon. Now, dude, he did a ton of work after that, and he's still doing it. He's done work with Exodus as far as laying down guitar work. He's also done a ton of comedy stuff. I mean, he's been involved with a ton of great shows. Literally too many to mention here. He also created his own Gibson Flying V called the Snow Falcon, and it was built to his own specifications and modeled after Wartooth's Gibson Flying V. The final version of the guitar was released in December 13th, 2013. So in April 2012 is when Small released his debut solo album, Brendan Small's Galacticon, which is the album we're hitting today. The album features Death Clock members Beller on the bass and Hoagland on drums. Small described the album as a high-stakes, intergalactic, extreme rock album. And for the record, I think he's probably right. It's pretty extreme as far as rock is concerned. Definitely nowhere near metal or death metal like Death Clock. But I will say that it is a pretty inventive album. I mean, there's some changes and stuff in there that you don't really hear all put together as much. It's like a weird blend, like I said earlier, of Judas Priest and Queen, but you also have like a few elements in there that remind you a little bit of like Muse, and then immediately pulls you away from that. You know, it's a trip. Anyway, that's really what I just wanted to make sure I got by you. Metalocalypse, all this dude. This dude was like a primary player on this, and he was the one who wrote the music, and he still does. So if you want to give a little love to somebody, this dude needs it, man. And I'm telling you, if you can, pick up his album. It's freaking cool. All right, so let's move on to the next song, man. Let's hit it. This next song is called Prophecy of the Laser Witch. Yeah! That's good stuff, man. It's got really, really identifiable stuff. Like that's how he seems to signature the song. Like he adds stuff into the song so that way instantaneously when you hear the beginning, you know the song. And it's cool. All right, so if you want to find him online, All you got to do is go to Facebook, type in Brendan Small, and you will find him instantaneously. You can also find him at brendonsmall.com, and that's where you can buy his album. You can also buy his album on iTunes, and you can listen to it on Spotify, and you can find it just about anywhere. So it's available out there. Definitely a really good album, though. Seriously, it's definitely one of those things where you can play in the background of any like party or gathering, and easily have something to talk about, and still not like let it drag. Anyway, I'm all about a good party. Let's move on. The next tune I am going to throw your way is called Death Waltz. Rad, man. That is rad. I love it. All right, so if you guys really want to go out there and support him, you are not going to find him on the road right now. Right now, he is currently working on quite a few things, but he's actually doing a lot of podcast and web series stuff. So just so you know, if you go out and you just Google Brendan Small, you're going to find there is a ton of stuff he's got going on. He even does a YouTube channel completely based on teaching you how to shred. So seriously, if you're a guitar player and you're wanting to know how in the hell some of those licks are being pulled off, head over to YouTube and look him up, man. You're going to find out he's definitely out there helping people out. It's pretty sweet. All right, so let's move on to the next tune. This next tune is an instrumental. I usually don't choose instrumentals. It's been a couple times, but for the most part, I usually don't go that way. However, this instrumental is pretty badass, and it's got an awesome name. It's called Danger Tits. Sweet stuff. All right, man. All right. So, as I said before, man, if you want to show this guy a little love, go online. You're not going to see him live. He's not out there right now doing a lot of music stuff. But you got to make sure that he knows that you appreciate it. There is a new Death Clock album out. the Death Album 3, get that. I mean, go out there and pick it up, enjoy it. It's solid death metal all the way around. But at the same time, make sure that he knows you appreciate his personal stuff, his solo stuff, because the only way that artists know that we should continue releasing stuff is if you guys, the listeners, are actually enjoying it and you let us know somehow, or you purchase it, or just giving us a little heads up, or a little review here and there to say, dude, that was badass. So I just want to make sure you keep that in mind whenever you listen to stuff, because if you hear a good band, do not hesitate to just send them a message or something saying, dude, that was good shit. All right, so we're going to hit the last song now. The last song is called On My Way.
Black fire, I have come on desires. I am a machine, don't want to see again. Apparently now I'm needed, and none of the warnings heeded. Now I'm in this too because of you.
That is awesome. A freaking barbershop quartet from hell. I love it. All right. Well, here at Shotgun Radio, it is my job to present to you a good band or album, and you as a listener get to choose whether or not you dig them. I've given you 5 songs to choose from, so now you got a pretty good idea on what to expect from this album. My personal opinion, I made it pretty clear pretty much the whole episode, dude. It's a great album. It's energy all the way around. It does not focus solely on metal or even just rock. It actually blends itself into a multitude of different genres, and I really dig that. I love the fact that he doesn't limit himself at all in one album. So it makes perfect sense as to why he would call the album Galacticon. He kind of goes out there and dude, he does whatever the hell he wants. It's great. All right, so thank you so much for listening to this episode of Shotgun Radio. I gotta tell you guys, it is awesome to hear from you. Whenever you say what's up, or just let me know what you think of an episode here and there, I love it. From me to you, all I gotta say is respect!
This is your fairy rock mother speaking, Kiki Plesha, editor-in-chief of Ion Indie Magazine. We are a coalition of musicians, journalists, photographers, and industry professionals that have joined forces with one goal in mind, to get all genres of indie music read about and heard. To learn more about our publication, visit our website at www.ionindiemagazine.com. And while you are at it, stop by our Facebook page and show us some love. Ion Indie Magazine, the initiative for indie music worldwide.